Hello everybody, welcome to another wonderful lesson of Coyotipi. I'm Scotty, or Zorro Escondido, which is my Spanish and adopted spiritual name. So I'm going to talk today a little bit about what is medicine music. I think at a fundamental level, all music is medicine in the sense that it's changing energy. But what we talk about when we talk about medicine music is specifically music that has been designed to either work with plants or work in the context of healing or therapy, or to put a good message out in the world, right? So all music has a message, but what is that message is the question, right? So when you're talking about, I think that we're probably in alignment when we might say something like, well, the energy that you surround yourself with, you're going to absorb, or the sort of people that you surround yourself with, you're going to be more like them. And I would also argue that the type of music you surround yourself with, you're going to be more like that. So is the music that you're surrounding yourself talking about drugs, sex, violence, and sadness? Or is it talking about uplifting things like healing and health and community and family and love? I think that's a very important thing to start to discern and think about when you're surrounding yourself with music. So what we're talking about with medicine music is music with a specific frequency that makes people feel a good way, or helps people get through a tough time, or is aligned with one medicine or the other, or used in a therapeutic concept. So I'll kind of leave it there at my understanding of the basic genre. The genre as is actually pretty young. So it wasn't until about the middle of the 20th century, like 1950s or so, that the Western world got involved or interested or was aware of in any context of these indigenous and Amazonian medicine use, like ayahuasca, or as we call it here in Colombia, yahe, or hongos, like Maria Sabina in Mexico. And so the indigenous peoples have been using medicine music in various forms, maybe with a tambor or voz in the forms of like icaros or flutes or those sort of things for a long, long time, thousands of years. When the conquistadors and Western influence came, they started to pick up things like the guitar and the harmonica that were sort of integrated, because like, oh, well, this is a great instrument, this guitar, so let's use it. So there was some crossover, and now there's a crossover happening where our styles from the North in the Western world, like electronic music or sound therapy that might have originally come from India or other places like that, mantras, other types and styles of music are integrating into what we call like overall medicine music. So if you look up medicine music on YouTube, you'll hear everything from Buddhist mantras in Sanskrit to jungle songs from down here sung in the Siona language, or chants, or Native American water drums. There's a whole smorgasbord of stuff in there. So that's a little bit about the expansion, and where I think medicine music is going is we're starting to integrate and mold. So like a Northern American like me is coming down to the jungle, and we're learning jungle rhythms now, these songs that have been molded into and worked into the medicine. And I think it's important that we recognize that and we rejoice in the integration, but we also make sure that we learn and understand the original cosmovision and the original lyrics and the original way of feeling and working with the medicine that the indigenous tribes and facilitators have been working with. So a lot of the songs that we sing here are going to be in Spanish. If you're not a Spanish speaker, I understand that's frustrating. Believe me, I have so much trouble remembering Spanish lyrics. I'm working on it, and you will too, most likely. It's good to sing in Spanish, and what we're going to do here, to the best of our ability, is translate things and subtitles so that you understand, okay, here's what they're saying in Spanish, here's what it means in English. There aren't a whole lot of good medicine songs in English that I can find. There are definitely a few. Like one of my favorite is I Am the Earth, or Grandmother, and that's by Isla Schaefer. You know, grandmother, speak to me. It's like a beautiful song. But there aren't a whole lot of songs in English that we sing in ceremony. And so I think that as time goes on, part of the responsibility of English speakers is to integrate and learn the medicine music and come up with more songs in English so that more of our people that speak our language can understand what those resonancies and frequencies. But for now, try not to be frustrated at the Spanish. I get that that's a problem. So that's all I wanted to leave you with, a little bit of what is medicine music and maybe where it's going a little bit. So leave me a comment in the space below the lesson or in the YouTube video if you have any questions, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you guys in the next lesson.